slide into some college basketball action. We got a couple games in that department. So let's go ahead and begin with Michigan, Illinois. Let me go ahead and cue that up. A lot of games there. Wow. There we go. All right, Michigan at Illinois, 8 o'clock tip-off at the Fighting Illini. Now, Michigan opened -9 total at 135. And since this one opened up, we're seeing a little bit of money on the Wolverines. We're also seeing a little bit of movement upward on the total as well. Right now, Michigan's -9.5 with the total moving upward to 135 and a hook. So once again, the Wolverines open -9 up to -9.5. Total open 135 up to 135 and a hook. 66% are leaning Michigan, 58% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, the Fighting Illini are plus 390 for some money line cash. Now, if you like Illinois in this matchup here, just keep in mind they're going up against a Michigan team who's a perfect 15-0 straight up overall for the year. They're also 3-0 against the spread in their games at the current posted number. This Michigan defense is ranked first in road scoring. It's first in points allowed on the road in college basketball. They're also covering 75% of their games away from home. Now, when it comes to the scoring, Illinois is 4-2 to the over in their last 6 on their home court. Their defense is allowing 75 points per contest at home. So with all that said and done, I'm going to purchase the half a point, slide it down, and take Michigan -9 in the over 135.5 in this one. Next game, Penn State at Nebraska, 9 o'clock tip-off at Nebraska. The Cornhuskers open the betting as the 10.5 point favorite, and the total at 137.5. And since this one opened up, we're seeing a slight fade of Nebraska in the early going here. We're also seeing movement downward on the total as well. Right now, the Huskers are -10 with the total moving downward to 136 and a hook. So once again, Nebraska opened 10.5 down to 10. Total open 137.5 down to 136 and a hook. 61% are leaning Nebraska, 53% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, Penn State is plus 40. Let's try that again. Penn State is plus 445 for some money line cash. Now, if you like the Nittany Lions on the road catching the double digits, just keep in mind they failed to cover in 7 out of their last 9. They're also just 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 on the road. This Penn State offense has been anemic this year. They're scoring just 64 points per contest when traveling. They're also a winless 0-4 against the spread as the official road underdog. Now, scoring-wise, Penn State's just 18% to the over when the line was between 132 and 145, so I know that's a big gap there, but that's a trend that certainly jumped off the page to me. Meanwhile, on the other side, this Nebraska defense is allowing just 52 points per contest on their home court. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lay the points. Give me Nebraska -10 and the under 136.5 in that one. Next game, UCLA, Oregon, 9 o'clock tip-off at Oregon. The Ducks open 4.5 with the total at 139 and a hook. And since those markets opened this one up, we're seeing a steady and consistent fade of Oregon in the early going here. We're also seeing steady and consistent money toward the over. We've actually seen, it looks like, a 6.5 point move upward on the total. So right now, Oregon's -3.5 with the total moving all the way up to 146. So once again, the Ducks open 4.5 down to 3.5. Total open 139.5 all the way up to 146. 54% are leaning UCLA, 84% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, the Bruins are plus 150 for some money line cash. Now, if you like the Bruins in a road upset here, just keep in mind they failed to cover in 5 out of their last 7. They're also just 6-9 against the spread overall for the year. This UCLA offense is putting up just 65 points per contest on the road, and they're officially 0-4 against the spread when catching the points. Now, on the scoring side of things, Oregon is 6-2 to the under in their last 8, 3-0 to the under in their games at home, taking on teams allowing more than 72 points per contest. So with all that said and done, I'm going to purchase the half a point, slide it down, and take Oregon -3 and the under 146 in that one. All right, next and final game for our college slate. It is going to be UOP at Gonzaga, 11 o'clock tip-off at Gonzaga. The Bulldogs open 24.5 with the total at 158. And since those markets opened this one up, that big number didn't slow down the public bettors. That number moved upward. We're now looking at 25.5 when it comes to Gonzaga, with the total moving upward to 158 and a hook. So once again, the Bulldogs open 24.5 up to minus 25.5. Total open 158 up to 158 and a hook. 70% are leaning Gonzaga, 53% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, Pacific is plus 7,000 for some money line cash. Now, if you like UOP to get the job done in this one, they are scoring 73 points per contest on the offensive side of things. They've successfully covered the number in 2 out of the last 3. And my biggest concern about Gonzaga is, well, the caliber of play within the past couple of weeks. Gonzaga's last 4 wins came against Santa Clara, Cal State Bakersfield, Northern Alabama, Denver, and Texas Arlington. So, I don't know. Really haven't been challenged. Not that UOP is going to be a big challenge, but 25.5 points is a lot of points to lay there. Now, when it comes to the scoring, Gonzaga is just 4-6 to the over in their games at home. UOP is just 2-4 to the over when the line was more than 145. So with all that said and done, I will purchase the half a point. I always do that. I've lost way too many games by a measly half point. I'll pay the extra juice. I don't care. I'll take Pacific plus 26 after buying the half a point and the under 158.5 in that one. All right, we're going to slide into our NHL slate. Let's go ahead and take a look. And we're going to start off with Toronto at New Jersey. 7 o'clock puck drop in Newark. The Maple Leafs open the betting as the $1.60 favorite with a total at 6. And since those markets opened this one up, not a whole lot of movement on the total, although we did see really significant movement when it comes to the money line, and it's actually a 40-cent move. Toronto's now minus $2. So once again, Toronto opened 160 up to 200. Total open remains at 6. And at the moment, New Jersey is plus 150 for some money line cash at home. Now, if you like Toronto in this one, just keep in mind they failed to cover in 4 out of their last 6 puck line plays. Now, New Jersey, well, they've successfully covered the puck line in 6 out of their last 7. New Jersey is also 11-4-4 straight up on their home ice. And when it comes to the scoring, Toronto scoring 4 goals per contest on the road. So I think we should have some scoring in this one, but I think New Jersey can keep it within a goal. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Jersey Devils plus 1.5, getting the job done for some puck line cash in the over. 6 goals in that one. Next game, Washington, Boston, 7 o'clock puck drop in Beantown. The Bruins open the betting as the $1.30 favorite with the total at 6. And since those markets opened this one up, not a whole lot of movement on the total, although we did see a nickel move toward Boston. Right now, they're minus 135. So once again, the Bruins open minus 130 up to minus 135. Total open remains at 6. 60% are leaning Boston, 76% shaded toward the over. Washington's plus 120 for some money line cash. Boston plus 180, laying the goal and a half. Now, if you like Boston in this one, they are 5-0 straight up in their last 5, 8-2 straight up in their last 10. This Boston team ranks second in defensive points allowed, goals allowed. They're also winning 76% of their games on their home ice. Meanwhile, on the Washington side of things, they're 67% to the over, taking on teams allowing less than 2.6 goals per contest. So with all that said and done, I'm going to make the chalky play in this one. Give me Boston minus 135 in the over. 6 goals in that one. Next game, Nashville at CBJ. 7 o'clock puck drop in Columbus. The Blue Jackets open 130, total 5.5. And since this one opened up, we're seeing movement on both the spread. Let's try that again. Since this one opened up, we're seeing movement on both the money line and the total. Right now, CBJ, nickel fade. They're down to minus 125. Total moved up to 6. So once again, CBJ open 130, down to $1.25. Total open 5.5, up to 6. Nashville's plus 105 for an outright win. CBJ's plus 210, laying the goal and a half. Now, if you like Columbus at home here, just keep in mind they're going up against a Nashville team who's 5-1 straight up in their last 6. They're also 4-1 straight up in their last 5 on the road. Columbus on their side of things, well, they rank 23rd in defensive points allowed at home. Defensive goals allowed at home. Columbus is also winning just 42% of their games, taking on teams allowing less than 2.6 goals per contest. Now, when it comes to the scoring, Nashville 67% of the over when Saros makes the start. Now, that is the projected starter this morning. I just want to make something clear. So in the NHL, things change real quick.